Hey guys, quick update. I added this wall right here, and the balcony door has been installed, the new one, and the doors right here. And you may think that I did a good job on it, but that's Cricut right there. And if you put this right here, it's a little bit Cricut, but that's not the reason why it's Cricut. See that? It closes fine, and it's Cricut. See, it's touching the floor both sides. So it's this wall right here that's incorrect, which was caused by this wall not being completely square, but other than that, it still functions fine. And put a piece of painter's tape around this to prevent the door from getting caught by the thickness of the Gorilla tape. I decided to add another beam right there to fill in that gap and the upper door track. Got this wall installed. This side of the wall is a little bit lower than this side for some reason. If you take a look over here, it's much different. So I need to install the railings right there for the balcony. Another piece of tape right here. And let's see. That's pretty much it for that corner. And I have to replace this piece too again, because the original one, which is this one right here, it's obviously not this one. Wait, this is the one that went with it. This one came out too loose and it would pull the building this way. So I just made a new one. And the old one is probably up here somewhere. I don't know, but yeah. So that's the update. But here's what I made. So I made these really long boards because I need to put them right here. So let's take a look here. They need to go right here. But I need to adjust them so that they're exactly measuring it. And according to the bench, this is actually really, really, really important in order to avoid mistakes. Cut your piece of cardboard a little bit extra than what you think they are. Because, for example, this one right here is kind of bent, and I can just cut that off. But if that's all you have, then you're either gonna have to make a new one or just install it like that. And that one would be fine. So it's always important to cut a little bit extra. Not cut extra. Cutting extra means shortening the piece. So that's incorrect. What I meant to say is undercut it. Undercut it means leave extra on the piece that you're going to be using, and overcut it means that you cut it too short, leaving the piece loose for installation. And then just look here. So for example, look here, these two pieces of cardboard are exactly the same, but they need to be adjusted. This piece will be removed, and if you go over here, there's nothing, but always remove this tiny bit, like this whole chunk. If you cut that off, if it's loose, then you're either gonna have to install it loose, or you have to tighten the building up or replace it. So in this case, I'm just gonna be really careful. So I'm gonna cut it. So I cut it like this, and I want to test it. And it almost fits, so if I just install like that, it's gonna tighten up the building. So I think I'm gonna cut it by half of that piece. So like this. Also, be sure to cut them straight as precise. And I cut it again. So it's fine. I think a tiny bit too tight. So shorten it up. And look both sides to make sure that the other side is good. If not, you can make adjustments before it's too late. So I'm just gonna continue doing cutting the side that I was modifying a little bit, not too much, because too much is not gonna be good. And I bent it right here, but don't put pressure anymore. It's so good, actually. It's so good. So now, if it's just fine, but if you take a look here, it's a little bit too big, and it's pushing the side of this wall out. So one tiny adjustment is needed. I think that should be fine. No more. Now it fits. Okay, this piece. So unfortunately, it is bent. I'm bending it while cutting it. So what I'm gonna do is flip them over and tighten up with tape, and that should really hold them in together. So once again, just put this former CBK bench, and I had to use these benches in order to get the work done correctly, by the way. So if this bench, okay, so this one fits fine, so there's no more adjusting this one. So I'm just gonna cut it right there, exactly right there. So take your pen, flip the piece over, check it for any damaged pieces, and there are no damaged pieces, so we're good to go. Move on to the next step is to mark it exactly where the other one was marked, right here. And do the other side as well. So we're gonna do this according to the bench. Flip it over, and then like this, line them up, and mark that side as well. Just want sure that you cut it straight, not crooked. So, and I run into a problem right here. So this piece doesn't look like it's straight. See that? And if you just move it a tiny bit more in, it's still not straight. So this piece is a little bit crooked. I'm trying to try again this time. Keep it around. And that piece, oh, you know why? Came out a little bit too big. So I think that should be fine. I can see a line right there too. So we're going to overcut it. No, undercut it, I mean. And then you need to adjust it by a tiny bit more. Bigger adjustments will be in a major error. So just a tiny bit more. And this side too. So perfect. I'm just right. Now it's time to reinstall them. If before I tape them, I'm just gonna go ahead and double check again. Flip them around to tighten it with tape. Just clicking it up, and then it looks like this wall came out too big. That's fine. That's fine. This bench literally saw that wall move, so I'm gonna leave it the way it is right now because I don't want that wall to move. See if you push this in. Oh, I know why. It was an angle. That's correct. So, right, well, just have to tape them up and install them. So what I'm gonna do is put white pieces on the, because it's going in the building, in the kitchen. And what I'm gonna do is take a piece of Gorilla Tape, cut it from the roll, and then cut the tape in half. Because I don't need too much of this, actually. It's just way too sticky, and it can, how do you call it? It can hold it just fine. And then go ahead and take the other side, and then this is it.